Okay, hi everyone. My name is Akshay, and so this is third grade math, lesson number 2, and we'll be learning reading and writing numbers today. So for the warm-up, first we'll count hundreds up to 1,000.
Ranjit uncle, you're on
200,
unmuted.
300, 400, 500, 600, 700.
Okay. So to start off class today, we're gonna be going over the homework first. So let's start here. And greater than or less than. So here's the first question. 234 and 243. So which one is greater, 234 or 243? We have to look at the place values. So they both have the same hundreds place value. They both, but the first one has a 3 and the second one has a 4. So 4 is bigger than 3. So 243 is greater than 234. Next one here. 501 and 510. So if we look at the place values, 5, 0, 1. So 1 is bigger than 0, so this is greater. Next here, 398, 389. 3, and 9, 8. 9 is greater than 8, so 398 is greater. So that'll be that. And so comparing and ordering numbers up to 999. So you're going to learn compare two numbers, 234 versus 213, and use place values to decide. Introduce and explain these symbols. And you're going to learn arranging number cards from least to greatest. So let's begin. These are two quick introductions to place values.
After watching Numberwalk's angle song, Earl and his mom discovered Numberwalk.com and all the fun learning materials that
pairs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all that fit inside the ones place value line. So I picked another pair and made a group of 10 to fit into a bag perfectly even. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I had to keep picking pairs of hunger I had to feed. So I picked another 10, and that led to one group of 100.
The pair bumped me on the head, and I said,
10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. I rode my bike 1 whole mile, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in a little while, another mile made one group of 10. A little voice inside my head said,
keep going, I know you can.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I never knew I had so many miles inside me. The end of my trip was coming up ahead. I rode 10 more miles and reach 100.
Then that little voice inside my head said,
10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. After the bell rang at 8 o'clock, I started playing with my base 10 blocks. I stacked up 9, and then one more made 10, and then 10 tens equaled 100. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Another 100 wouldn't fit in the hundred space. I had to write one group in the thousands place. Then I played the air bass. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 groups of 1,000 equal 10,000. 10 thousands make 100,000. And 10 of those make 1,000,000. And the pattern has no end.
Visit numberrock.com for exclusive content, lesson
Here's another.
We're looking for something where the whole
introductory
family can fit.
Well, this is the Chapman from Value City. 100%.
Hello, math makers, and thank you for joining me today. You're making math easier just by showing up. Today, we're going to be looking at comparing numbers, part 2. This time, however, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be comparing larger numbers, and we're going to be using place value to figure out which one I should use, less than, greater than, or equal to. Before we get started though, let's go over some terms we need to know. We have the less than. If the number is smaller and the first number is smaller than the other number, it's less than it. If the number in the front is greater than, we use this symbol. If the number is larger than the other number, it is greater than. And of course, you know this symbol, it is equal. If the number is the same, it is equal or equal to. So, when you're reading the answer to a greater than, less than, or equal to question, you're making a sentence. This is how you know if you are correct. For example, 4 is less than 7. That's a sentence. 4 is smaller than 7, so we know it's less than 7. 8 is greater than 5. Another sentence, because 8 is bigger than 5. And of course, 3 is equal to 3. Now, in the very first screen, we said this before, why was there an alligator? That didn't make any sense. Well, you know what? It's there to help you remember. The alligator always eats the bigger number. See the alligator there? He sees the 9. It's bigger. So that means we use this symbol. And 9 is greater than 2. That would be our sentence, because the alligator likes to eat the bigger number. Or we might do it this way. Now the 5 is bigger than 1, so it's going to eat that 5, and 1 is less than 5. So the alligator is really just there to help you remember which symbol to use, whether it's going to be greater than or less than. That's the only reason for the alligator. Now, are you ready to practice? We're going to compare numbers using place value. Now, you may look at some of the numbers and you may know already, and if you do, that's fantastic. And if you don't, go through the process with me, and I'll show you how you can compare larger numbers. We're going to be working with numbers just in the hundreds today. We're not going to go to thousands, so we're just going to be working with those numbers first. If you can't do these, the thousands will be harder. So let's look at our first problem. We have two numbers, 123 and 125. Our first step is going to be, we're going to use one of these charts today. It's going to help us. That's how we're going to break it into place value. We're going to write both the numbers. So I wrote 123, 125. Next, I'm going to compare. When I compare these two numbers using place value, I always start in the hundreds place. I always start with the largest place value there. So I'm going to compare 100, 100, that's the same. Next, I'm going to compare the tens place. 20, 20, that's the same. I'll compare the last one. 3, 5, oh wait, 3 is less than 5, so this 3 is less than 5. That means I'm going to use the less than symbol, which means 123 is less than 125. How'd you do? Let's do another one together, and then we're going to practice a few with you telling me what to do. We have two more numbers again. Step one, of course, is to write the numbers on our chart. I have 235, 219. Compare my hundreds first because I always start with the biggest one. And the two hundreds were the same. So I'm going to compare my tens next. 30 is bigger than 10. These are not the same. If 30 is greater than 10, I'm going to use the greater than symbol right up there, which means 235 is greater than 219. So this is helping us figure out if the numbers are the same, especially if that first, if our hundreds are the same. It gets a little confusing sometimes. So this helps us figure those out so it's not so confusing. Let's do another one. Again, I have two different numbers. Step one, of course, again, is to write the numbers down. So I have 642, 589. I'm going to start comparing again. Oh my, the very first number, they're different. I see a 600 and a 500, and I know 600 is greater than 500, so what symbol am I going to use? The greater than. Alligator wants to eat that bigger number, which tells me that 642 is greater than 589. For some reason, I don't have my sentence, but that's what the sentence would be. Two more numbers again. Again, I write the numbers down first. 951, 951. I bet you already know the answer. But we're going to go through the process anyway. First step is I compare my hundreds. 900, 900, same number. I compare my tens. 50, 50, same number. 1 and 1, same number. All the numbers are equal. So I'm going to use my equal sign, which means 951 is equal to 951. This making sense? I hope so. Let's do three more together. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go a little bit slower. I want you to say out loud what you think the answer or what you think we should do for each step. So step one is write both numbers. You wrote both numbers. If you want to try that at home, feel free to do that or in the class. What's the next step? What numbers do I compare first? The hundreds, that's right. Both those numbers are the same. 400 and 400, so I go to the tens place. Are 50 and 50 the same? They are. I go to the ones place. Are these numbers the same? No. 6 is greater than 2. 6 is greater than 2. So I'm going to use the greater than symbol. In my sentence, 456 is greater than 452. Now let's look at this one. What's step one? Write the numbers. What's step two? Compare the largest place. Compare the hundreds. Are the hundreds the same? They are. Whoops, I told you the answer already. I jumped the gun. 60 is less than 70. So which symbol do I use? Less than. So what's my sentence? 864 is less than 873. Right, this is our last one. 2 numbers again. What's step 1? Write the numbers. Very good. What's step 2? I start comparing. Hundreds first. I always start at my largest place. 500 and 500 are the same. So what do I compare next? The tens. That's right. Are 70 and 70 the same? They are. What do I compare next? The ones. Are 2 and 2 the same? All the numbers are equal. So which sign do I use? The equal sign. And what's my sentence? 572 is equal to 572. How'd you do? I bet you did pretty well because we've already been doing this a little bit already. Guys, thanks for joining me today. Until next time, have a wonderful week.
Introducing the 26th portable sauna, a high-performance.
So we use place values to decide which is greater. That's step 1. That's what we use it for. So what we do is we look at the hundreds place first and we compare it to the other number. In this case, 121 is bigger because 1 is bigger than 0 here. So we would say that 121 is bigger than 99. So the sign we would use for that is this one, because the alligator is eating the 121 because it likes going after the bigger numbers. And we can do another example here. Let's say we have 458. So 458, and we had 272. So if we look at the hundreds place, 4 and 2. 4 is bigger than 2. So 458 is a bigger number. Therefore, we would use this sign because we want the teeth to be towards the bigger number. Now say we had 459. Now the hundreds place is the same, the tens place is the same, but the ones place is different. 9 is bigger than 8. Therefore, the teeth would be towards the bigger number, which is 459. And we have another example down here, 398 versus 389. They're both hundreds, so we compare the 3 and 3, they're both the same. Compare the 8 and 8, they're both the same. And now we compare the 8 and the 9. So which one is bigger, 8 or 9? 9 is bigger, therefore we would make the teeth go towards the bigger number, which is 398. Oh, 3, okay. This is a 9 here. Okay. So if we look at the tens place, there's a 9 here. And if we look in the tens place here, there's an 8 here. So therefore the teeth would be going towards the bigger number, which is 398. So we get this. I'll do another example. So say we had 533 and 539. We look at the hundreds place. They're both the same. We look at the tens place. They're both the same. And then we look at the ones place. 9 is bigger than 3. So 9 is greater than 3. This means 539 or 533 is less than 539. We'll do another example. 390 and 386. So in the hundreds place, they're both the same. Tens place, one's 9 and one's 8. So 9 is greater than 8. So we don't need to do the ones place anymore, because we know 390 is greater than 386. Let's do another example. So let's do 370 or 450. The hundreds place, 3 is less than 4, meaning 370 is less than 450. Now, what would we do if this was also 450? 450 versus 450. So then the hundreds place would be the same, tens place would be the same, and the ones place would also be the same. Therefore, we can say 450 is equal to 450. And if this was 452, the hundreds place would still stay the same, the tens place would stay the same, and the ones place would be 0 is less than 2. So this would change the same sign. 450 is less than 452. Now let's move on to the practice here. Now let's correctly pair these numbers. 17 is equal to 17. That's correct. 112 is greater than 105. So the hundreds place is 1, the tens place is 1 here, and 0 there. So 112 is bigger than 105. So this is also correct. 29 is greater than 38. So if we look at the tens place, 1's at 2 and 1's at 3. So 3 is greater. So 38 should be greater than 29. So we know this is incorrect because it's going towards 29. Now here we look at the tens place. There's a 2 and the other one has a 4. 4 is greater than 2. So therefore this would also be correctly paired. 14 is equal to 44. So the tens place and the ones place should be equal. So if we look at the tens place, there's a 1 here and there's a 4 here. So we know that that's not the same, so it's incorrectly compared. Now if we do the same thing here, tens place 3 and 1, those two tens places aren't the same, so this is also incorrect. Here 31 is less than 29. So if we look at the tens place, that's a 3. Look at the tens place here, that's a 2. We could say that 29 is less than 31. So this would also be incorrect because the teeth should go towards the bigger number. Now here, 112 is less than 102. If we look at the hundreds place, there's a 1. It's the same. If we look at the tens place, there's a 1 here and there's a 0 here. So that means this number is greater than this number. The teeth should be facing towards the greater number, which means it's incorrect. 25 and 32. If we look at the tens place, there's a 2 here and a 3 here. So we know that 3 is greater than 2, so the teeth should be facing towards 32. 111 and 119. So the hundreds place is the same, the tens place is the same, but the ones place is different. And we know that 9 is greater than 1, so 119 should be greater. But the teeth is pointing towards 111, so this is incorrect. And now 119 is greater than 117. 100's place is the same, the tens place is the same, but the ones place is not the same. 9 is greater than 7, and the teeth should be facing towards 119. So we see here that this is correct. And now if we look at the tens place, there's a 2 on this side and a 1 on that side. We know that 2 is greater than 1, so the teeth should be facing 23. So we'll do that a few more times just so we have enough practice. Okay, we'll do it one more time. So the hundreds place here, 112 and 102. So there's a 1 in the hundreds, there's a 1 in the tens here, and a 0 in the tens here. So the teeth should be facing towards the 1 because it's bigger, but it's not, so this is incorrect. Now 119 and 117. We know that 119 is bigger because The hundreds place is the same, the tens place is the same, but 9 is greater than 7. So the teeth should be pointing towards 119. So it's correct. 14 isn't equal to 44. They have to be the same numbers. So you can already tell that it's incorrect. The tens place is not equal to the other number. 31 is less than 29. So tens place 3, tens place 2. So 29 should be less than 31. However, the teeth should be pointing towards 31. So we know this is also incorrect. 111 and 119. 119 should be greater than 111. So because like we did before, over here, the hundreds place is the same, the tens place is the same, but 9 is greater than 1. So the teeth should be facing 119, which isn't happening here. 32, we can see that the tens place is bigger on this side than that side. 3 is greater than 2. Now, we should be able to start picking up the pace here now after all the practice we've done. So we can tell that this isn't the same number. The tens place aren't equal. Incorrect. Now we can go to tens place here. 1 is greater than 0, which is true. 17 is equal to 17, same number, same tens place, same ones place. Here, the tens place, 4 is greater than 2. The teeth are pointing towards 40. 23 is greater than 13. If you look at the tens place, 2 is greater than 1. 29 is greater than 38. If we look at the tens place, there's a 2 here and a 3 there. 3 is greater than 2, so the teeth should be pointing towards the 3. So this is incorrectly compared. Okay. So now that's done. So just to recap everything we've done so far, we learned how to compare numbers, and following these steps, comparing each place value and comparing to see which one is bigger using these symbols. And we learned how to practice this here. So 6, 4, so 6 is greater than 4. So we know that 650 is greater than 452. And we did some practice here which was very similar. So let's just get started on the first section for the homework. Greater than, less than, or equal to. Circle the greater number, order numbers from least to greatest, and write 3 numbers between 200 and 300. So, where do we go on? think we can move on to here. Base 10 drawings for 145. So just to recap on how to do this again, we look at the number. There's a 1 in the hundreds place, there's a 4 in the tens place, and there's a 5 in the ones place. So that's how we break the number down. So now let's do this, what we learned in class today. So greater than, less than, or equal to. So 234 and 243. If we look at the hundreds place, they're the same. If we look at the tens place, 4 is greater than 3. So we would use the teeth going towards 4 because it's bigger. Now 501 and 510. So the hundreds place is the same. The tens place, 1 is greater than 0. So the teeth go towards 1. The hundreds place is the same here. And then 9 is greater than 8. So the teeth go towards 9. Circle the greatest number. Okay, so we need to compare all of these numbers first. So 421, if we look at the hundreds place, it's a 4. Now if we look at this number, 412, it also has a 4 in the hundreds place, so we move on to the tens place. In the tens place, there's a 2 here and there's a 1 here. So this number, since 2 is greater than 1, 421 would be bigger. Now the next number, if we look at the hundreds place, there's a 4 here, there's a 3 here. So 4 is greater than 3, obviously, so here. And now let's do it this way. 542 and 524. If we look at the hundreds place, there's a 5 in both of them. Then if we look at the tens place, there's a 4 and there's a 2. 4 is greater than 2, so therefore the teeth go towards here. So the biggest number would be 542. Okay. Order numbers from least to greatest. So let's look at all the hundreds values. There's a 1 here, 2 here, and a 1 here. So it's not this one. It's either one of these two. And in the tens place, there's a 2 here. So since we know the teeth go towards 9, that means this 9 is greater. So we know that 129 is the smallest number of the 3. Then we go in order from cancellation. So 129, 192, and 219. So now we do the same thing here. You check the hundreds place. 765 is greater than these two numbers. And now we check the tens place. 7 is greater than 5. So we know 657 is the smallest number. So 657, 675, and 765. least to greatest. So now, to pretty much end off the homework, write 3 numbers between 200 and 300. So we just need numbers that are between 200 and 300. So if we look at the hundreds place, 2, so 2 is fine. Now look at the tens place, any number greater than 0, you can say 9, and any number greater than 0 again, 9. So 299, that's a possible option. Now you can go any number greater than 0, 256. And lastly, and then any number greater than 0 or equal to 0, and the ones place is what matters here. So it's pretty much most of everything I wanted to get to. We can do this as well. Just to prep for the next class, write standard word, and expanded form. So here's 476, and so let's just do word form first. 476. And we should already know this from the last class. And now in the next class, we're going to learn standard and expanded a bit better. And here's a question. We can do this. A number before 300, a number after 199. So any number less than 300. So if we have to look at place values, a number less than 3 in the hundreds place would be 2. So 2, and now we can choose any number here, it doesn't matter. And any number after 199, so any number greater than 199. If we look at the hundreds place, 2 is greater than 1. So 200 is greater than 199. Now, let's see. So in the next class, you're going to learn about pictures, base 10, words, and a bit more on expanded form. And you're going to start addition within 100. So, yeah. This is pretty much it for the second session.
Yeah, great session, Nana.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can stop this.